especially our friends from Japan. Well, okay, so, well, welcome everybody in the Dam. We couldn't remember when the last time was that we were actually here. How old is your company? And were we here? See, so 13 years ago we were here. Okay, but we were 3 years in the Ostend, Dam Ostend, and lots of years in the library. Now we're back here because the museum has just been renovated, and that's why we needed to show you the brand new clean and white Dam. So, well, we had a very successful round. You saw the books up there. 258 books came in and will be in our library later, which will, after so many years, creates quite a problem, spatial problem. The biggest year was 2019, just before COVID, 274 books. 158 books were German, 224 came from Europe, and 15 from out of Europe. 93 publishings all together. And in our jury, there was Vladka Kupska from the book fair, who obviously is not here, as she's at the book fair, probably dead by now, and tomorrow she has to rise again. Sonja Bröderdorp from Architecture, hands up. There is Sonja. Marie Schoppmann from Designers Vary. Marie. Hello, back there. Danny Letkemann, architect and Friends of Dam, will be online. And Piet Niemann, photographer, will be online as well. So thanks to the Friends of Dam and to our partner Frankfurt Book Fair, where we have a stall in the Grimshaw Hall, 3.1H, where all these books will be tomorrow to be seen. Not the 250 other ones. And the jurors from Inside Dam was Anne Scheinhardt, right there, and me. And we will start with the short list, and I want you to shortly come up here and shake my hand, and we will start with this wonderful book here. Shatti, Architektura za branu každodennosti from Idea Lab. Radek Vana and Kamila Zemanova are here. Hello. I just wanted to show your face because we don't have that much time, but at least, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. These books will be on the table later, and everything is online, and all the jury sayings is everything is going to be online, so you will see what we said. Next one is from Dom Publishers, Berlin, Mass Housing in the Ukraine, Building Typologies and Catalog, 1922 to 2022. And they told me they can't come today. Is that true? Or is anyone that has something to do with the book here? No. So thank you very much for that book. And we come to the next one by Birkhäuser Verlag. Constructive Disobedience and Experimental Methodology in Architecture. And we have Nicole Schwarz, marketing here, right? No? Late. No Birkhäuser, marketing, too late. Too bad. We have a very beautiful book, and it's in blue. We can imagine what it's like. It's La Carton Vassal by Ruby Press. It's nice today on climate, comfort, and pleasure. And you remember the blue from the other book 10 years ago, or more, 15 years ago, somewhere around there. So we have Ilka Ruby here from Ruby Press. And she just had a birthday. Oh. Thank you, Ilka. We have the Brutalism in Belgium here, which is by Prisme Edition. And we have Lilian Knops here and Pierrick de Steksche. Is that true? Congratulations. A very fine book. And we'll come to the next one. Denise Scott Brown photographs Encounters by Lars Müller Publishers. And let's see who's going to be there. I saw Lars Müller at the book fair today. Lars, are you here yet? Not yet. Anybody else? Jonas Vögeli, Kerstin Landes, Eric Haywood, Lawrence Smith, Samuel Meyer, Herster Vondenbold, Soren Berner. One of them, please come up. All of them are still drinking. There's no gang party anymore. Well, Francesca Torso, Building Correctly, Verlag der Buchhandlung Walter und Franz König. Not here, it says. Is that true? I saw the Königs today. Then we have Building by Women, Rotterdam from NIE, 10 publishers. Jan Kappes, are you here yet? No, somebody else from NIE. Congratulations. Yeah. Then we have Spectre Books, Sami Stein, Les Sentiers. I don't think Spectre is here or at the book fair. Ja. Oh ja, doch. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. And then number 10, Euro Publications, Thinking Space, Reading from Life in Architecture, Leon van Schaik. And there should be Lucas Osborne here. Congratulations. I'm sorry, we've just a little one for you guys, but we will try to take not too much of everyone's time, and we'll come straight to the winners. We'll start with the house that Kahn built, Louis Kahn, of course, the National Assembly building in Dhaka, Quad Verlag, and I would like the jury to be read by Johnny. Please come here, the jury text. There's microphones there. Oh, okay.
Effortlessly stands the test of time. The design by BKVK, Hanna Welser and Beat Keusch shows their great skill in shaping the series of 63 photographs across 116 pages in 28 times 34 centimeter format, an outstanding illustrated book. Each photograph, a concentrated view of space, light, and material, shines in fine shades of gray and is surrounded by ample white space on fine quality paper. Every page invites you to pause for a moment. The picture section is bookended by black pages on which short, concise text, as well as the floor plan, are set off in white, embedding avoid embedding the work in a quiet but succinct context. This book does not seek attention. It attracts it automatically, which is perhaps the reason why the jury was so unanimous in its decision. Here, there was no need for lengthy discussions or extensive explanations. This book exudes the confident air of surviving any household clearance and finding new, appreciative hands. An abiding work as timeless and iconic as the architecture it celebrates. Thank you.
So we will have bereits, graphic design, Hanna Welzel, graphic design, Benjamin Liebelt, Lektorat, and Linus Wirtz, publisher, here from Quad Verlag. Please come up. Which one of you is bereits? Well, so this is a fantastic book, and I saw that Kashif did this book, which is amazing, and a very successful Bangladeshi architect makes the book, and he photographs it himself. Kashif Chowdhury is said here, it's his own photos. So how did that happen? That a famous Bangladeshi architect shoots these photos of this building and comes to you and proposes such a book?
Actually, it came through Quad Verlag.
Yeah.
So maybe I give you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much to the DAM team first. To answer your question, Kashif Chowdhury actually is architect and photographer, and so he works as a photographer, and he took these photos from this very important, influential architect, which is also important for him as an architect, as a iconic person. So he did these photos and approached us for doing this photo book, which is quite special for us because we used to publish architectural books with the focus on the contemporary architecture in Switzerland and Europe, worldwide. And we also do photo books, but actually not so often. So it was a very special project for us. And yeah, I'm very happy and proud to have this amazing team, which deserves this prize, absolutely, I think. I would like to thank Kashif Chowdhury first for the confidence in our publishing house. I hope he's watching us. I would like to thank, and for his amazing work also, for the photo works. I would like to thank Beat and his team and Hanna Welzel, which did an amazing job. I think it was a difficult challenge at the end. The frame was already there, and they created a graphic design and an idea, which is really outstanding, I think. I would like to thank also Georg Siedler, which did the lithographic work, which was very important. I would like to thank and apologize to the Printer Trento team, which was in touch with Georg Siedler on the machine. And I would like to thank also certainly the proofreader, Benjamin Liebelt. And yeah, I think I'm very happy that this team achieved this.
So, group photo. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. I went over the book fair and I saw his new monography. Is that also with you?
No, this is Park Publishers.
So he produces this one, and next door he produces monography. He's a tricky one. But, well, the Bangladesh show was in the Somme first, in Basel, so he got to know some Swiss publishers, I guess. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
You'll get a flower. One second. Halt, halt, halt. Halt, halt, halt. Eine Blume gibt's noch. Bitte schön. Vielen Dank. Ja. Grüne Dächer. Geschichte, Planung, Gestaltung, Edition Hochparterre. Green Roofs and the design of green roofs by Edition Hochparterre, and the jury text will be read by Dani Lettgemann via film.
Das Dach als 5. Fassade wird in der Architektur, Stadtplanung und von Bauherrschaften häufig vernachlässigt. Gesehen nur als funktionaler Gebäudeabschluss statt als wertvoller Außenraum. Dieses Buch macht eindrücklich sichtbar, welches Potenzial in diesem oft unterschätzten Bereich liegt. In der Einleitung vermittelt das Werk zunächst die Vorteile und die Geschichte der Dachbegrünung und gibt einen Überblick über Begrünungstypen. Der Kern des Buches bilden 16 dokumentierte Flachdachbeispiele aus der ganzen Schweiz, die systematisch vorgestellt und verglichen werden. Jedes Projekt wird anhand von Text, Fotos und beschrifteten Schnittzeichnungen präsentiert. Besonders hilfreich ist die Bewertung in den Kategorien Biodiversität, Strukturreichtum, Wasserrückhaltung, Klimawirkung sowie Aufwertung des Wohn- und Arbeitsumfeldes. Angaben zum Schichtaufbau und Pflegeintervallen geben der Darstellung eine wertvolle technische Tiefe. Eine Besonderheit sind die Fotografien von Pflanzen und Tieren, die sich auf den begrünten Dächern angesiedelt haben, ein anschaulicher Beleg für die ökologische Wirksamkeit. Die Informationen zu den Projekten beruhen auf den Arbeiten der Forschungsgruppen Stadtökologie der Zürcher Hochschule für angewandte Wissenschaften. Neben den Inhalten überzeugt auch die Gestaltung, eine klare Struktur, sorgfältig ausgewählte Fotos und die hochwertige Materialwahl von Cover und Papier machen das Buch besonders ansprechend. Klar wird, richtig geplant entfalten begrünte Dächer ein Potenzial, das weit über ihre Funktion als Gebäudeabschluss hinausgeht. Sie tragen zur Förderung der Biodiversität bei, helfen bei der Milderung städtischer Hitzeinseln, unterstützen das Schwammstadtkonzept und schaffen neue begehbare Grünräume. Grüne Dächer ist damit nicht nur ein inspirierendes Nachschlagewerk, sondern auch ein praxisnahes Werkzeug. Es gehört in jedes Architekturbüro, wo es Planerinnen und Planern als Argumentationshilfe gegenüber Bauherrschaften dienen kann. Sei es für Entscheidungen zwischen extensiver und intensiver Begrünung oder für die Kombination von Photovoltaik und Dachgrün. Herzlichen Glückwunsch und noch einen schönen Abend in Frankfurt.
Ja, vielen Dank, Dani. Stefan Brenneisen, please, Edition Hochparterre. Yeah, a very nice book, and I have never seen an architecture book with animals in it, right? Maybe, yeah. First time. And so how was the concept? Are these really the animals on that roof?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, really, we had that was the challenge that we had. And over the last years, part of our work and budget was invested in a photographer that was even a former student who is really good in photography. And I've sent them all on these roofs that we really get one-to-one pictures.
So this is the authentic part.
Is the authentic part.
Which is cool because it could be done easily in another way, but this is really...
Nowadays, of course, yeah.
But this is cool.
No.
Yeah. And so the photographer had to go on the roof and then you could write the text because you didn't know what he would find.
No, actually, we knew because we made research since 20 years what is existing on these roofs. And of course, I like pictures, I like nice photographs, and you can always use them, usually not for books, but for other purposes. So that's why I try to send out a good photographer to get nice pictures.
And is it selling well?
He said more or less. So but we have some, that
It should. I mean, in these
hopefully,
times.
yeah.
So,
What about the animals? Because sure, usually I lost once almost my job because I was working in a high school that are usually working with plants. And I said to students, come on, plants are boring. Biodiversity is much wider. So all these animals are much more interesting because you have all these stories you can tell about how they get on the roof, how a spider can fly, how you get birds coming and feeding on the roofs. And that's why we filled it also with
Great.
a lot of animals.
yes, you can feel it. So, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Wait here. There's a... photo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I take that. So, Waschzettel. Park books. Of course, park books. Jaretti Luzzi, Wohnbauten in Turin, 1954, 1974, and Marie Schoppmann will read. There she is. Es gibt die noch auf Englisch. Okay.
Hi.
I won't translate.
Wenn wir über italienische Architektur Mitte des 20. Jahrhunderts sprechen, sind wahrscheinlich die allermeisten gedanklich in Mailand. Bernd Schmutz und Dominik Fiederling lenken unseren Blick mit ihrer Publikation in Richtung einer anderen norditalienischen Stadt, Turin. In ihrer sorgfältigen Monographie über das Architektenduo Jaretti und Luzzi untersuchen sie deren bisher kaum publiziertes Werk, das dort zwischen 1954 und 1974 entstand. Der Begriff der Empathie ist zentral für diese Monographie. Was die Gebäude von Jaretti und Luzzi jenseits ihrer ausdrucksstarken Gestalt eint, ist eine tiefe Empathie für unsere Umwelt, den gebauten Bestand und die Bedürfnisse ihrer Nutzerinnen. Ebenso empathisch bringen uns Bernd Schmutz und Dominik Fiederling ihre Forschung zu den beiden Architekten nahe. Die 300 Seiten starke Publikation ist sofort sehr zugänglich durch die elegant spielerische, aber pragmatische Gestaltung von Esther Rieser, die den architektonischen Ansatz von Jaretti und Luzzi aufgreift. Großzügige Topografie strukturiert die umfassenden und sorgfältig zusammengetragenen Inhalte klar. 12 ausgewählte Gebäude des Architektenduos können anhand von neu gezeichneten Grundrissen, Abbildungen der Originalpläne und vielen aktuellen, sehr lebensnahen Fotografien von PK Odessa erkundet werden. Ergänzt wird der gestalterische Blick auf Jaretti und Luzzi durch ein Vorwort von Adam Caruso über die Unmöglichkeit der Moderne, ein Interview mit dem Zeitgenossen Aimaro Isola sowie die Erstübersetzung des Texts Kontinuität oder Krise aus dem Jahr 1957 von Ernesto Nathan Rogers. Weitere Beiträge von Davide Rolfo und Maria Luisa Barelli sowie Dirk Somers geben Einblick sowohl in die Arbeit von Jaretti und Luzzi als auch in die Diskurse der Architektur der Moderne. Die Monographie, erschienen bei Parkbooks, macht Lust, alles stehen und liegen zu lassen und sofort nach Turin zu reisen. Gleichzeitig animiert ein so deutlicher Appell sowohl der Architekten als auch der Herausgeber an den Nutzen und die Nachhaltigkeit von Empathie, sich den heutigen Herausforderungen und der Frage, wie wollen wir alle zusammenzuwohnen, mutig anzunehmen.
Mikrofon. Also gut, auf Deutsch, ne? lieber.
Now
we can speak English. Look at her.
I couldn't practice the English one before.
Okay. Well, it's crazy. I never heard of Giaretti and Luzzi. And of course, this book is, like you just said, it's a book you open, you look at it, you don't believe it, and then you think, oh, we should go to Turin. This is incredible. And
Have
who
you
was
booked
the
your
one?
ticket?
I haven't booked my ticket yet, but I will because this is crazy. And so who had the idea of visiting Giaretti and Luzzi?
I don't know.
They came. It's crazy. It's a crazy book.
Yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
really, I loved it, and we were stunned in the jury. So we have here Mr. Kramer, Thomas, Patrick Schnebeli, Julie Cirelli, Lara Kroha, Olivia, Berisville, and Manuel Scheer. The whole team of Park. Congratulations, you guys. Kannst du aufmachen? We loved it. We loved it. Thomas, please tell us the story. Please tell us what it's all about.
So we love the book as well very much. Wonderful. One of the real guys who did the book is here. Exactly. Very good. So he's one of the two editors. Very good that you're here. We didn't know that you could make it. Very good, because it's always a bit embarrassing when the publishers and the publishing house is here and not the people who really did the book. So Dominik and Bernd Schmutz, they made this wonderful research. They had a very, very, very good German photographer team who did the photos.
Oh, yes.
And they really did very well in researching and conceiving the whole content. And then, happily, we found the best possible designer for the book, Esther Rieser. She really did an amazing job, really amazing. And she also had a lot of patience, because the book was about 5 years in the pipeline or so. COVID came, some plans weren't finished, and the design still looks top contemporary. Though the book has been finished 5 years ago, or
It would have
something
been
like this.
avant-garde.
No, but it's really super. And the collaboration between the two editors and the photographer and Esther is really outstanding.
So how did you find these guys in the work? By accident or not?
We traveled to Turin by accident, just by general interest, and then we came across those buildings. And from the first second, I thought, okay, if we ever do a book, then maybe this is the time. And that was a while ago, as Herr Kramer explained, when those architects weren't very well known. And I thought there's a real relevance to make this work accessible and visible.
It is.
And yeah, so I think it...
And so you did.
So we did. We had a very good publisher who trusted in us and who was patient to wait when it took a bit longer. So thanks, Parkbooks.
No, thanks to you all. And there is something I wish to say about the book, because you always joke about Swiss publishers and the Swiss books, because there's so much, they always think there is so much money from Swiss ETH and institutions, whatever.
It's not from ETH.
And I can tell you this book is 100% paid by the publisher, by cross-subsidizing it from other books. We didn't find
Your
any
risk.
We didn't find any, not risk, our lost money. We of course.
What do you mean lost?
No, I mean, even if we sold all books, we still would lose more than, I don't know, 12,000 euros or so. But if you find the good books, you need to do them. And so it's not always the Swiss money, and that's why we do a good job. We also do good jobs. Also,
Thomas.
the others do.
Bitte schön. Ja. Und eine Blume weiterreichen. Und ein Gruppenbild. Da musst du aufmachen hier, dein Ding. Dein Award. And the man with the book, ja. Also, der risikoreiche Verleger und, ja. Good, thank you. Thomas. Thomas, just stay here. Just stay here, because we'll find the next one. which happens to be a park book. Ja. Zur Vertikalität von Aktualisierung der Hochhausrichtlinien Zürich, Schlussbericht, Testplanung. Ja, sounds very dry, but it's not that dry. And the jury text will be read by me because I wrote it. We need to confront vague ideas with clear images, it says in the book. It's a very strange, well done, a very strange collage and a montage that reveals itself only gradually. Is this supposed to be an official report on Zürich's new high-rise building guidelines? It's a small book with a gray, leathery cover, very leathery, that leaves immediately all fingerprints visible, and it's obviously assembled from disparate individual pieces. Zürich's Made-in studio, that's the name of them, took on the task of presenting the results of the new guidelines in a very comprehensible form, with type that is far too small. It was a challenge to work with a small format, maybe, and not let the images dominate. Cheeky collages of black and white Zurich cityscapes with classics of high-rise architecture, such as the Rockefeller Center, MetLife, Torre Velasca, Edificio Copan, and so on, illustrate the categories. These are followed by a wide-ranging and intriguing essay philosophizing about verticality. Godard's motto was the inspiration for this little booklet, which derives the appeal from the interweaving of incongruous elements. The overall work is neither a report nor an essay, and its hybrid nature is vexing and enticing. Do you give this to an administrator or an architect, a designer, or a project developer? All will be rattled in a different way, and none will be left cold. Can you ask more from a report? Well, that was what really intriguing. It is a simple gray book where you see the fingerprints. And it's, of course, a high-rise report, but it's a lot more. So for whom is it? What is your key audience? The architects, the developers, the city bureaucrats? Who's supposed to read it?
That's a good question. Everybody interested in the topics and in non-standardized thinking and philosophing about architecture and urbanism. And there was one...
And who's buying it?
One little mistake in the text, because of course they are not Zurich architects, they are teaching at ETH, but it's typically French-Swiss. They are from Geneva, and the whole concept of doing this mixed research, the collage of the buildings, but also this kind of philosophical, sociological essay to it is French. So it's a French thing.
French approach to a Zurich problem.
Yes, and but also that's an interesting thing, actually, that these French architects in Switzerland, they have a different kind of academism and intellectuality bringing this to the discourse, and I think that's really, really valuable.
Great, this is great. So, thank you very much, and I will make a small picture this time, without your whole team. You can hold everything. I will hold the book.
Like the pirate.
Thank you. Our risky publisher, yes. Where's the book, the leaflet? Yeah. Haus Marlene Pölzig. Abriss und Aufbruch von Urbanophil. Jury, Begründung von Vladka Kupska Book Fair, who's not here, and Nienke Wüst will read it.
And on behalf of Vladka Kupska from the Frankfurter Buchmesse. The book Haus Marlene Pölzig, Berlin, Abriss und Aufbruch, edited by the Initiative Haus Marlene Pölzig, Hanna Jobeck and Hannah Klein, stands out for its marvelous design quality. In terms of content and visuals, the book succeeds in telling the story of an almost forgotten architectural place, most sensitively and with political urgency. And its design supports this in a special way. The historical and emotional impact of the topic is impressively conveyed with the clear, well-conceived layout, coherent typography, and a balanced alternation of image and text elements. Particularly worthy of note is the successful combination of documentation, activism, and artistic discussion. The book is not only well worth reading and leafing through, but also a potent example of how design can convey the culture of memory. And it is therefore absolutely worthy of the prize. Thank you.
Yes. Verena Pfeiffer-Kloss from Urbanofil and Jan Schultheiß, Initiative Marlene Pölzig. Please come here. Congratulations. So, yes, why did you do a book on a house that doesn't exist anymore? It has been torn down, and what does Initiative Haus Pölzig has to do with it? There's a microphone. Take any.
Well, first of all, thank you to the DAM and the jury for selecting us. It's really a great joy and honor. Why this house? It's important to us because it really stands for a lot. It stands for female architects in Berlin and Germany in the early 20th century. It stands for really much of German history. If you think about it, it embodies modernism, Nazism, post-war conservatism, the current real estate craze. It also embodies the way we treat this heritage by tearing it down, and in that way it stands for a lot of other buildings that have been lost, but we are trying to bring the building back to life, and we have a manifesto in it that tries to make the case for anti-demolition strategies, so we are trying to prevent this. But the building also stands for protest culture, and it stands for a group effort, and if I may, I might just want to say that this stage should be full of people who contributed, and I would just like to make sure that it's clear it's really a big team effort. We had an excellent, very creative publisher. We had very good coordinators and editors, Hannah Jobeck and Hannah Klein. We had a beautiful visual graphic. She was already mentioned, Irene Skankowski, and many other members of our initiative who contributed.
So you want to bring it back? What does that mean? In memory of the building, or you want to reconstruct it?
No, we don't want to reconstruct it, but we would like to keep the memory of this house and the questions which Jan mentioned that are connected to this house and to the demolition of this house. There are still very important questions today, and we would like to see this book also as an appeal to fight for all these questions, to do further research on female architects, to do further research on Marlene Pölzig, and to keep your eyes closely on these topics and on stopping these demolitions for the sake of sustainability also.
Can I say one final thing? Because we are actually out of the books, and we are on a second edition, and we are starting a campaign, and we have some flyers in case you want to pre-order. It's possible now, so we can have it ready for Christmas.
But you know that you will have to give us 6, 7 copies. We already have, so that's good. Because everybody, 6, 7 copies will travel all over the world, and the Frankfurt Book Fair takes it all over the world to book fairs, and then they leave them there, which means they go to libraries and whatever, architects, universities, somewhere in the world, which is fine. Did you go to the IG Farbenhaus? You will have to go tomorrow, because Marlene did the interior. Well, so, photo. Thank you very much. Jeck, der Comic zum Kölner Dom. Something else. Urbanophil. Und the jury will be read the text by Marie Schoppmann right here.
Die Geschichte, die Sebastian Strombach im Comic zum Kölner Dom erzählt, beginnt im Jahr 0, weit vor dem eigentlichen Baustart des Doms im Jahr 1248. Und so lernen die Leserinnen nicht nur die über 900-jährige Geschichte des Dombaus kennen, mit allen seinen Höhen und Tiefen und 300-jährigen Pausen, sie tauchen auch ein in die turbulente Geschichte Europas. Formal ist diese Publikation, erschienen bei Urbanophil, ein klassischer Comic. Grob DIN A4-Format, Softcover, wunderschön roten Farbschnitt, alle Zeichnungen schwarz-weiß. Inhaltlich wird die zeitliche Dimension der 2000 Jahre überspannenden Erzählung durch raffinierte gestalterische Kunstgriffe sehr gut fassbar. Während der Dom allmählich entsteht, verändert sich Europa permanent. Es toben Kriege, die Bevölkerung wächst und die Bedeutung der Städte verändert sich radikal. Der Kölner Dom wird endlich fertiggestellt mit Einzug der Industrialisierung und dem damit verbundenen Ausbau von Infrastruktur und Entwicklung neuer Materialien und technischen Möglichkeiten. Wie nebenbei erfahren wir in sehr informativen Randnotizen, wie sich die Gotik als Baustil in Europa etabliert hat und wie architektonisches Wissen verbreitet wurde, lange vor der Neuzeit. In ausdrucksstarken Bildern werden Methoden wie experimentelle Baustatik eingeführt oder gezeigt, wie viele Planänderungen es zwangsläufig bei dieser generationenübergreifenden Bauweise gibt. Die Auswirkungen von Weltgeschehen auf die Anforderungen an Architektur zu allen Zeiten werden hier sehr fein beobachtet und mit typisch Kölner Humor beschrieben. In seinem Comic gelingt es Sebastian Strombach auf beeindruckende Weise, all diese großen Themen und ihre historischen Verflechtungen sehr leicht verständlich und nahbar zu machen und viel spannendes Wissen zu vermitteln, ohne dabei die Unterhaltung zu kurz kommen zu lassen. Daher ist Jack auch ein so besonderes Buch, das nicht nur Architekturexpertinnen begeistert.
Wir haben hier Verena Pfeiffer-Kloss und Sebastian Strombach, den Autor und Illustrator. Noch eine Blume. Mikro da vorne? Yes, also, so. Is this a book for Cologne people only, or can only Cologne people understand it?
I don't know. I translated, and it's Cologne and German too.
You translated it from where to where?
From German and Cologne. I cannot speak Cologne.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not a native.
So who wrote the Cologne lingo in it?
I have two translators.
Yes. They did a good job.
I hope so.
We had somebody in the jury who knew well and said, this is Cologne. Great. So, how'd you get the idea for this book?
Yeah, I describe it in the last capital. It's a little bit about the sheep. Because there is a myth in the Middle Age that the people of Cologne walked through the cathedral with the sheep to the market. And and I want to say with this that the Cologne Cathedral is it's standing in the center of the city. It's standing in the life. And today it's, the train station is opposite, and it's with all this dirty, with all the things, and it's belong together. It's not outside. It's not on a holy hill. It's really
in the middle of it.
In the middle of the dirty life.
Great. And you're happy with it?
Yes, I'm very happy with it, and I think this prize is for you because it's an outstanding work which Sebastian did. He draws every page on A2 format with tinta.
Mm-hmm. Ink, Tusche,
ink, yes.
Ink.
And it is a lot of constant work. It took him about 4 years with all the research and many stays in Cologne.
You mean like this page is A2?
Yes.
With all of this. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it is such great work that this prize is for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you very much. Congratulations. Yes. Danke. Something entirely different. Casa Rossa, Chemnitz. Ein Beitrag nachhaltiger Baukultur. Deutscher Architekturverlag. And Sonja Bröderdörp will read it.
Hello, everybody. So they gave me the English text. I try my very best to perform.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
So it's 250, 120, 63. This is remarkable. This publication is a marvelous way of recognizing an extraordinary and award-winning modernization project on Chemnitz Sonnenberg. With its clear design, this book exhibits the same loving attention to detail that Annette Fest and Christian Bodenstein brought to bear in realizing their construction project. The numbers, 250, 120 by 63, represent the measurement of the bricks. No, I have to say that in German. It's the Reichsformatziegel that define the now exposed facade of the building and gracefully embossed on the title. A beautiful, really beautiful detail. The paper is pleasing to touch and of an optimal white, so that the 288 pages lie comfortably in the hand, not too light, not too heavy, while the Swiss brochure binding is both firm and yet allows an easy lift. The spine is left open. Here the designers have been very consequent. They have hidden nothing, but yet instead highlight the details. The bricks that define the book, and the building, of course, came from the Sonnenberg, right? A somewhat neglected district in an unappreciated city. This year's motto of the European Capital of Culture, which is Chemnitz, it's See the Unseen. And believe me, there's a reason for it. In this book, you can read about how the project arose, a wonderful story, and also about the history of Chemnitz. Just enough to get a sense for the place and the broader understanding of this stunning project. For the both architects, Annette Fest, Christian Bodensteiner, existing buildings are both. They are a resource and inspiration, and they gave proof of it. They described pleasingly, but quite bluntly, what they did and what they left out in order to turn a ruin into a residence. Congratulations on this extraordinary project and this stunning publication, which is just a perfect fit to it. Congrats.
Christian Bodensteiner und Annette Fest, the authors, should be here, and Katharina Lichtner, graphic design, Anneke Lubkowitz und Christian Zielisch. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes. So, you are the authors and the architects, right? Microphone. So, this is your house also?
We are three. We are
Speak into this.
we are owner, three persons, and the architects are Bodensteiner Fest, we.
Bodensteiner Fest architects, and you wrote the book, and you photographed everything, I suppose. And so this is
everything, but most of the pictures we did during the process and how we found the building.
Mm-hmm.
It's
super radical. The building is super radical. It doesn't look normal way you renovated, and that's the interesting, very interesting part. How does your neighbors like this building now?
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Of course, the first reaction was, is there no plaster coming, or when is the plaster being put on the facade? Because when the cladding came off, the building wouldn't look finished for most people.
It's kind of amazing. And what is your learning from this building and this project and these years of doing it, I guess? I mean, regarding what you're going to do in the future?
I would like to
build something new.
I would like to do it again. Yeah.
There should be enough around, no?
Yes.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it was a very good experience for us because we were first time as client.
Your own client.
Your own client. And it was something very interesting experience because we sometimes had the experience that the client wouldn't follow our proposals and
you didn't want to follow your own proposals anymore. It was too expensive, huh?
It
for
was,
architects.
No, I mean, it's not about the idea many people have that the architect wants to make his own monument. Yeah. So I think no, it's you're always doing your job for with the Verantwortung, responsibility also for the budget, and so that's nothing very new for us. But sometimes there are, if you have radical ideas, you are at the point that the client says, no, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Well, now you have a book, and do you have many clients now? Let's say we have the same ruin. Would you like to work for us?
Not really. I think it's not really easy to transform the idea, but there are people who like it and who can do the transformation in their head.
Great. So. Dankeschön. Thank you very much. Well, book number 8. Heavy. Ilka, you again. The Joinery Compendium, Learning from Traditional Woodworking by Ruby Press. Text by Danny Letgemann on film.
Dieses Buch ist weit mehr als nur ein einfaches Handbuch über Holzverbindungen. Es ist eine ästhetisch und inhaltlich beeindruckende Enzyklopädie handwerklicher Präzision. Mit über 400 sorgfältig dokumentierten Holzverbindungen aus aller Welt hebt sich dieses Werk von der Vielzahl anderer Publikationen zum Thema ab. Wo thematisch ähnliche Bücher oft trocken wirken, überzeugt dieses Buch mit einer frischen, klaren Gestaltung, die Lust aufs Blättern, Nachdenken und Ausprobieren macht. Die Einleitung vermittelt fundiertes Grundlagewissen zu Holzarten und traditionellen Handwerkzeugen, ein wertvolles Fundament für das Verständnis der folgenden Kapitel. Jede vorgestellte Verbindung ist in einem Datenblatt aufbereitet. Eine axonometrische und zweidimensionale Zeichnung, ergänzt durch Schritt-für-Schritt-Anleitungen, vermitteln auch Personen ohne Vorkenntnisse ein klares Verständnis der Konstruktion. Die vereinfachte grafische Darstellung macht das Prinzip jeder Verbindung sofort erfassbar, auch wenn die präzise Ausführung weiterhin ein hohes Maß an handwerklichem Können erfordert. Gestalterisch überzeugt das Buch durch eine klare, konsistente Farbgebung, die sich konsequent durch das gesamte Werk zieht. Sven Tillack und Steffen Knöll haben hier eine hervorragende Arbeit geleistet und eine visuelle Sprache geschaffen, die gleichermaßen informativ wie inspirierend ist. Dieses Kompendium gewinnt besondere Bedeutung vor dem Hintergrund einer zunehmenden Sensibilität für nachhaltige Bauweisen und den Erhalt bestehender Bausubstanz. Historische Holzverbindungen, gänzlich ohne Nägel oder Leim, liefern wertvolle Inspirationen für Reparierbarkeit und Langlebigkeit. Zwar wurden solche Techniken im Bau weitgehend von Stahl- bzw. Schraubverbindungen verdrängt, doch moderne CNC-Frästechnologien könnten ihnen zu einer Renaissance verhelfen. Schnell, präzise, kostengünstig gefertigte Holzverbindungen könnten künftig verstärkt wieder Stahlbauteile ersetzen. Ein Gewinn nicht nur in ökologischer, sondern auch in gestalterischer Hinsicht. Für mich, sowohl als ausgebildeter Dachdecker, Hochschuldozent für Baukonstruktion, als auch praktizierender Architekt, stellt dieses Buch von Daniel Pauli und Sascha Bauer ein herausragendes Werk dar. Es ist nicht nur eine detailreiche Dokumentation, sondern auch ein leidenschaftlicher Impuls, traditionelles Handwerk zu bewahren und gleichzeitig mit moderner Technik weiterzuentwickeln. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, noch einen schönen Abend in Frankfurt. Beste Grüße.
Ilka Rubi, Sascha Bauer, Author, Daniel Pauli, Author, Sven Tillack, Graphic Design und Steffen Knöll, Grafik. Congratulations. Congratulations, you guys. So, this is crazy. You want to carry? It's getting heavy. He carries. This is totally crazy. How many joints did you consider? A few hundred?
So actually we started more than 20 years ago. I
imagine.
So we started to collect joints, and then we had 100 joints in drawings and some graphic ideas, and then we went to Ilka and Andreas Ruby and said we want to make a book. And then in this whole process, we found out that the glossary in the end is the idea of the book. So you can compare joints in your own design process. So then we found out, okay, it would be an idea to have a book with all the joints all over the world. And then we started compiling it and had a wonderful graphic design bureau office. So we started to make a book which is not producible with 1 millimeter more. So we have some more, but it didn't fit in there. So it's 400 inside.
It's totally crazy, and and you are poor suckers who had to draw it. It's he had to draw it. That's just some bad work. And well, and how is it as a publisher to produce something like this that he said, Danny said every architect should have it, but I'm not so sure if every architect would want to follow these things, but maybe craftsmen or fans of Japanese craftsmanship or whatever.
I think that it's really interesting with this book because, I mean, we are usually doing architecture books. So this is a little bit not quite our core business, let's say. And we were really able to kind of, we noticed that really craftsmen people are ordering this book and buying this book. So it's a completely, we have a new kind of audience now, which is really nice. And I mean, it was, for me, it was really a pleasure to do this because I myself have a little bit of a soft spot of kind of ordering things. This sounds a little bit obsessive, but I'm not as obsessive as he is, but yeah, it was a nice fit.
So you collected them in real also, I guess. You have
we are starting, or they are starting to do this, right?
The Museum of Joinery.
Yeah, we also have the Joinery Archive, which is now at Werkraum Regensowald in an exhibition, and we will go to other exhibitions as well. And yeah, the collection started 20 years ago with buying books about wood joinery, well, the shelf is now very full, and we have some books from the 16th century, very old stuff.
The Museum of Joinery is starting, yes.
So it's very interesting, and all the ideas, you know, traveling around the world with different languages as well. So that was the idea to write a terminology with 3 different languages as well. So that's the real benefit out of this publication, which we just started, we hired 3 Japanologen. So we kind of invented the names of some of the joints.
So there's so the Japanese friends listening, yes, if you want to do a Japanese version, go ahead.
It's really interesting with the terminology because, I mean, that wasn't clear to me at the beginning. It's so local. I mean, the same joint has already in Germany different names. So that was really a huge part of the work, was also to kind of discuss and find which is the name we're using here.
This is crazy. So, congratulations, you guys. It was hard to believe, and no, we were quite thrilled. It's not something you see every day. How much does it cost? 96. 20 years of work. That's cheap. Yeah. Congratulations. Jo, das Buch bleibt hier. Number 9. Cooking up dinner speeches. Ise Gropius in Japan, GTA Verlag. Anne Scheinhardt is reading the jury text. And
hello everybody, and we are continuing with Japan. The GTA Verlag's compilation of documents entitled Cooking Up Dinner Speeches, Ise Gropius in Japan, delivers on what it promises, offering unpublished source material on Ise and Walter Gropius' 3-month trip to Japan in 1954. The eye-catching cover with its red clothes and Ise looking inquisitively over the camera invites you to study the text and photo productions from the Zurich archive. Across 152 highly accessible pages, the 7 reports, bookended by essays, form the heart of the volume. The book also goes beyond architecture to offer insights into the international networks that so enthused about foreign cultures again during a time when travel was regaining its place as an enjoyable undertaking. As a talented chronicler, Gropius comments vividly not only on the architecture, but also humorously on the country and its people. Inside, that first impression of the large format book continues with its opening pages accented in red and references joining up the source text and annotations. The volume has a logical structure, a harmonious design, and is kept admirably plain. The choice of an appropriate font with large serifs and a pleasant spacing between the lines makes it easy to read, while the print is broken up by the images that are positioned well in relation to the printed area and are never boring. The pleasantly coarse texture of the paper is reminiscent of typewritten pages, and the faithful color reproductions do not seem to be copies at all. And it gives you the feeling you are personally leafing through finds in archive. As an archive person, I liked it really much, you can imagine. So congratulations to GTA Verlag and the authors.
Almut Grunewald, publisher, Moritz Gleich und Ulla Bein. So, yes, this is a weird thing because it's like, so this famous architect and his wife go for a trip for a few months, and then you make a book out of one trip of this architect to Japan. What's so special about two people going to Japan for 3 months?
I think at the time it was quite special, and it was just 2 years after the occupation ended, the American occupation. So there was still much destruction, rebuilding, thinking about, for the architects, whether to orient themselves more to the West, and Western culture, Western design, Western buildings, or to stay with the tradition. And this was a discussion where Walter Gropius and Lise Gropius at the end of their journey participated in Hakone, where also 26 architects and designers, Japanese designers, participated and discussed this problem.
And I guess the text of Lise Gropius was not very well known. The
letters?
Yeah.
No, she just sent them to some of their friends, the Gideons, for example, Siegfried Gideon and Carola Gideon-Welker, the art historian and architect historian. And we have at GTA Archive the bequests of both. And when 6 years ago we worked on a book on the Gideons, we discovered in the 6,000 letters we had to sort out in one very hot summer, we stumbled upon it, and every time, because they're very typical, they're always very narrow typed, and you always can recognize, this is again a letter by Lise Gropius, let's sit down and let's read it together. And we were so much laughing because she has a fantastic sense of humor and is so exquisite chronicler and observer.
That's great, because nobody knew about it, and that's of course amazing to find out these things in those archives of their friends.
So she sent them to her friends, the Gideons, but also to her daughter Atti and to the office of Walter Gropius Tech, and also to the preachers in England, the owners of Isokon. So far as we know, maybe to more of them, and I think they already planned before the trip to collect material, because she was writing and editing every text, and also most of the correspondence of Walter Gropius.
And his speeches, probably.
And his speeches, and she used and included longer passages of these letters in the very famous book on the Imperial Katsura Palace in Kyoto. So, and Walter Gropius and Kenzo Tange edited this book in 1960, and of course Ilse Gropius was never mentioned.
Never mentioned. Well, it's like the Marlene Pölzig book type of thing.
Yes.
So, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Congratulations. We come to book number 10, last one. This is the last, and it's kind of crazy. It's called Fake Design of Japanese Architecture. And the publishing house is called Garden, Gaden Books in Tokyo. And I need some help to browse through it, because they might be listed, well, probably not, it's a bit too late. It's now, what time do we have? 8:30, something like 4:30 in the morning. Well, who knows, with these guys. It starts off, the architects, FT architects, Katsuya Fukushima and Hiroko Tominaga, write on their website, in Japanese, to understand means to dismantle the principle. We, the architects, carefully dismantle the world's principle, the stereotype. We repair the broken parts and we reassemble them. That's what they say on the website. So this Japanese architecture practice devotes itself to building with wood. And they research the topic intensely, and then they embark on study trips. And these study trips later come out in book form in their own publishing company. The first trip they did took the team to Germany, where they studied wooden buildings of the interwar years, and the book was called Holzbau, even in Japanese. The new project is this one, involves the classic wooden structures of the traditional Japanese buildings, which were carefully analyzed, drawn, and photographed on site. The outcome in the form of this extraordinary book is remarkable and incorporates an overarching thesis that will hardly have been to the delight of the authors. The claim that traditional Japanese architecture was fake, mainly about show. It's all fabricated, and it's intended solely to have a visual effect. Load-bearing elements are fake structures, the architects analyze, while the real structures are placed behind covered sections. By contrast, decorative elements may be load-bearing, so it's all fake, they say. The authors concern themselves with the Western views of Japanese architecture, like Gropius. They say, from Bruno Taut to Arthur Drexler, who introduced the narrative of the correspondence of form and function into the Western modernism. They say that the West is obsessed with Japanese truth, and it's all fake. The architects document all of that in a beautiful way. The technical drawings are painstaking in detail, the photos super precise, the watercolor drawings most refined from one of their office. A wonderful and completely different book project of a kind that is rarely found. So one architecture firm does a trip like this every few years, and they make a book by themselves. Go ahead, you guys out there. Congratulations. This was it. Thank you very much. And now we'll have something to drink. Tokyo.